So one team I saw people, or more specifically, the average NBA fan writing off in the early portion of this season was the Milwaukee Bucks. I too, of course, didn't think the Bucks looked good, but I felt people had to remember that the team was without Kris Middleton for 8 of their first 14 games. All of a sudden, though, the Bucks are undefeated since Middleton's return, and today I want to talk about some of the stats that prove why this Milwaukee Bucks team can win the NBA championship once again. What's up, guys? SCJ here, and if you enjoyed today's video, then make sure to give it a like as it helps out a lot, and if you're new to the channel and or enjoy the NBA, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Last night, the Milwaukee Bucks got a great win at home as the man who I mentioned before, Kris Middleton, came up big late in the fourth quarter, and Giannis brought the team home with a game-winning lay-in with 2 seconds remaining, and the Bucks were able to escape with a 127-125 victory at home in Milwaukee. This marked the 8th straight victory for Milwaukee, and it was the closest victory of their current winning streak, as 4 of their wins were by double digits, and the other single-digit wins prior to last night were just 1 basket away from being double-digit victories. So this Bucks team has been locked in since Middleton's return, and that makes sense as he is a lethal shooter who can heat up at any point for the team. However, Middleton's shooting percentage hasn't been too hot since returning, yet now the Milwaukee Bucks find themselves in a 3-way tie for the 2nd seed in the East following last night's victory, and I think it's time we talk about how scary this Bucks team really is. Now, if we look at the Bucks stats in terms of the entire season, this team is in 6th place in terms of points per game, as well as in 8th place for the highest 3-point percentage. The team is also behind the Grizzlies for first place by just a fraction in the rebounds per game department, and they've also been the 7th most efficient team in the league this season as well. In terms of defense, they just trail the Heat for the 10th place ranking in the defensive ratings, and they've also allowed the 10th lowest points total on turnovers, the 9th least amount of second chance points, the 11th least amount of points on fast breaks, and the 9th least amount of points in the paint as well. The Bucks have held their opponents to the 5th lowest field goal percentage and the 3rd lowest 3-point percentage, as well as the fact that the Bucks held their opponents to the 7th lowest assists per game and the 5th lowest amount of steals per game as well. Now, of course, those stats are pretty good, but since Middleton's returned on November 17th, however, the Bucks have been on an absolute other level. Over this stretch of games for the Bucks, they've averaged the 4th most points, the 5th best field goal percentage, and the 6th best 3-point percentage in the NBA. The Bucks have also led the league in rebounds, been 0.2 assists per game away from being in the top 10 in terms of the assists per game, and have had the 2nd best efficiency rating in the league as well. In terms of their defense since Middleton's return, the Milwaukee Bucks have had the 2nd best defensive rating, right behind the Golden State Warriors, who have dominated the NBA with their defense aside from their loss on Tuesday night. The Bucks' opponents have also had the 5th fewest second chance points, as well as the 10th fewest points off of fast breaks, and the absolute least amount of points in the paint since Middleton's returned. Bucks' opponents have also had the absolute worst field goal percentage and the 3rd lowest 3-point percentage. The Bucks' opponents have also had the 9th least amount of rebounds per game and the 2nd least amount of assists per game as well. Then finally, the Bucks' opponents have gotten the 10th least amount of steals per game, scored the 4th lowest amount of points per game, and similar to the Bucks' own efficiency rating, their opponents have had the 2nd worst efficiency rating in the games played since Middleton returned to the Milwaukee Bucks. So if their team stats for both the entire season as well as the 8-game stretch since Middleton's return don't show you that this team is for real, then I'm not too sure what will. But I will bring up a few other reasons why I think this Bucks team is legit, aside from, of course, the fact that they won the NBA title last season. While Middleton has been a huge part of this Bucks 8-game winning streak, like mentioned earlier, he hasn't shot too great as he shot 39% from both the field and behind the 3-point line. 39% from 3 isn't bad whatsoever, to be honest, but the 39% from the field, of course, isn't too good. Another way I can tie this all together is by mentioning the play of their big men. So, Brook Lopez has been out for the team since the Bucks' first game of the season, which was against Lopez's former team, the Brooklyn Nets, yet Bobby Portis has come up huge for them like he did during their 2021 playoff run. Portis has averaged 15.1 points, 8.3 rebounds, and nearly 1 block per game so far this season. Last night, the Bucks also got to witness the debut of their newest signing, DeMarcus Cousins. Boogie looked very solid in his 15 minutes off the bench as he dropped 7 points on 3 for 5 shooting, along with grabbing 4 rebounds, grabbing a steal, and dishing out 1 assist as well. Giannis is playing great once again this season, as you can see from his stats here, and he actually was my MVP pick before the season started. With how Steph Curry has played this season, I don't see my MVP pick of Giannis being correct, but with all the accolades the future Hall of Famer has received, I don't think Giannis cares too much about winning that MVP award, especially with the fact that this Bucks team doesn't look like they've lost a step whatsoever, and they're not even 100% healthy yet. So this Milwaukee Bucks team really is legit once again this season, and if the Brooklyn Nets don't get Kyrie Irving back for the playoffs, which I personally don't think they will, then honestly, the Bucks might be my favorites to win the East again this season. Beating teams like the Bulls, Heat, or maybe even the Wizards too may be tough, but personally, I think this tough and physical Bucks team can certainly do it. But anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think about this Milwaukee Bucks team, any of their players, or anything having to do with the team down below in the comment section. If you made it all the way through to the end of the video, then I appreciate it, and like I said before, if you like this video, then make sure to give it a like as it helps out a lot, and if you're new to the channel and or enjoy the NBA, then make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, that way you stay up to date with all my newest content on the channel. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm SCJ, and I am out. Peace.